Shalom brothers, Zakat Lamad with Man Up Jacob, GMS Man Up Israel again, giving all praise and honor to the Most High and His Son Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders at GMS and double honors to all you brothers out there doing the work. And I just wanted to do a really quick, continuation to not the last video or lesson I did, but the one before that. The rebuke on those guys, Shield and his boys doing the lesson on hell, and the rebuke I did on that. I just wanted to do basically a little, I guess, a small continuation on that lesson. This shouldn't really be too long. It may be two parts, but most likely it'll just be one. Just gonna go over a few scriptures real quick, and basically what we're gonna go into is the fact that when you read in the scriptures, the word forever doesn't always mean never ending. Alright, and there's clear scriptures that when you read and get proper understanding, alright, within the context of the chapter, when you actually read the lines, alright, which that's another thing. The scripture says that you got to go line upon line and precept upon precept. So a lot of the times when you're reading in the scriptures, really all the time, you got to make sure that you get the context of what the chapter is talking about by reading the previous lines and the lines that proceed after whatever verse you're reading. Alright, and so today basically, these guys are basically stuck on this word forever, because there's a comment they made on their board saying basically that the lake of fire is where you burn forever. Alright, and they use that word exactly, and they use that comment in response to a comment that I made on their page, asking them a question about the book of Jonah. Alright, and you'll see it in the post-production, because I basically said they basically in their video, alright, or they try to basically switch up what they said in their video on the comment board, because I asked them if hell is a place where you burn forever and ever, then explain the book of Jonah chapter 2 verses 1 and 2, alright, concerning when he was in the whale of the belly of the fish. Alright, and of course they didn't answer the question. They just went on and started saying some other madness and saying that the lake of fire is where you burn forever and ever. Alright, so basically I'm going to go into what that word forever means. Alright, sometimes it means never ending, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, so basically we're going to go into that and break it down. Alright, so first I'm going to start out with 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Alright, because you got to know how to go and divide the word of truth, like it says right here. Let me just read the scripture. Alright, 2 Timothy and 2 verses 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, which these guys didn't do. Alright, too bad for you guys. I had to be the one to say it to you, alright, when rebuking your little lesson you did. But you didn't study to show yourself approved, because had you did, and had you looked up certain words, had you actually read the chapters, alright, other verses that you went into on your lesson, and actually did study, then you wouldn't have came up with that doctrine. Alright, even if that thought came into your head, and if you went into some kind of in-depth study, you would have realized, oh wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Alright, it says here, a workman that needeth not be ashamed. And you guys ought to be ashamed coming up with that madness. Here it is, 2011, and you're believing in a place, alright, called hell, or now you're saying it's the lake of fire where you burn forever and ever. Alright, which the whole belief in a place where you burn forever and ever after you die, alright, you could word it as hell or as a lake of fire. They both mean the same thing within that belief. Alright, it says here, rightfully dividing the word of truth. So you have to rightfully divide the word of truth. Alright, you got to know when you need a precept to go along with the verse you're reading. You need to know when you got to read the previous lines, or the lines that precede that verse that you're reading. Alright, you got to know how to rightfully divide the word of truth. Okay, I might as well read the next verse right here. It says, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. And that plainly is what you guys are going through right now. You guys are increasing in ungodliness. You can see it on the comments, on the videos, and on the comment boards you guys are making. Just going harder and harder. Alright, becoming more and more reprobate. And it's plain for all of Israel to see. Okay, so that's pretty much it on that. Now I'm gonna get straight into the lesson. All right, I'm not gonna make no big long speech like you guys do. I'm just gonna get straight into the lesson to edify, the brothers that are watching. All right, I'm gonna go from there to Revelation 20 and 20, because this is the scripture they used on their comment board, saying that I'm sorry, saying that the lake of fire is where you burn forever. Let me just type in lake of fire. I thought it was Revelation 20 and 20. 20 and 10. Whoops. Alright, yeah, 20 and 10. I thought it was 20 and 20. Alright, it says here, Revelation 20, verse 10. It says, and the devil that deceiveth them, and that word there, devil, I'm going to do another lesson on that as well, because they're stuck on that whole, that word too. It's another word that got them totally bugged out, so I might do another lesson on that as well. Okay, it says here, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Now you read here where it says forever and ever, you may think, wait a minute, that's talking about all of eternity being tormented in that lake of fire. Alright, well, let's go and see what that word there, forever and ever, is talking about. Okay, so you read here, it says here where it says forever and ever. Alright, it says here basically the same word, so I'll just click on that first one. Okay, let me scroll down a bit, get it all on screen, and it says here, I'll play the audio for you.
Strong's G 165. Ion.
Alright, Ion, or you probably say it Aeon or Eon, this, in modern times. Alright, let's read the definition. I'm not going to hide anything. It says here, forever, an unbroken age, perpetuity of time, eternity, the world's universe, a period of time or an age. Alright, now we're going to go through more scriptures to prove that this indeed is talking about a period in time or an age. It's not talking about an unbroken age or everlasting, alright, or an eternity, never ending. Okay, first let's look at this word eon. So we're going to go, which we just looked at, we're going to look at it here in the etymology.com. I'm going to spell it just like they spell it there in the Greek, and it's going to change it to where it's more of a, I guess, a modern spelling. Okay, so here's the word eon from the 1640s, from Latin aeon. Alright, so there's the word we read in Greek, aeon, like we just read in the Greek in the blue letter, Salakia. Says here, a period of existence, lifetime, age, generation. Alright, and it says in plural, eternity. Okay, but here's the 2 points. It says a period of existence and an age. Okay, that's what that word there is talking about when it reads in Revelation chapter 20 verse 20 verse 10. Read it again. It says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. It's talking about for a certain period in age. Okay, what proves that? Let's go to Jude verse 7. Okay, because Sodom and Gomorrah suffered the fate of I started 6, suffered the fate of being destroyed by fire. The same fire that's coming to Babylon the Great. Alright, the virgin daughter of Babylon is mentioned in the scriptures. Alright, in the book of Revelation, which is America. Okay, I know you guys don't want to believe that when the destruction coming mentioned in the Bible is referring to America. I know you guys don't believe that, but that's the case. Okay, scriptures say, what if some did not believe? Shall that make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. Yeah, let God be true and every man a liar. Okay, and you guys are definitely lying right now because you're not speaking according to this word. Alright, so Jude verse 6, it says here, and the angels was kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation. He hath reserved in the everlasting chains under darkness into the judgment of that great day. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, talking about being homosexual.